The Palestinian flag consists of 3 horizontal stripes of black, white, and green with a red triangle. The colors and design of the flag are symbolic, representing various aspects of Palestinian identity and aspirations. According to one account, the colors were selected by the Arab Nationalist Literary Club in Istanbul in 1909. An alternative narrative attributes the flag's creation to the Young Arab Society established in Paris in 1911. Some sources claim British diplomat Mark Sykes designed the flag and put his suggestion to Sharif Hussein. Sharif Hussein nonetheless adopted the flag by 1917, and it swiftly gained recognition as the emblem of the Arab national movement of the time. On October 18, 1948, the flag of the Arab Revolt was officially embraced by the All-Palestine government and subsequently acknowledged by the Arab League as the flag of Palestine. A modified version, with alterations in the order of stripes, had been in use in Palestine since at least the late 1930s. It gained official recognition as the flag of the Palestinian people from the Palestine Liberation Organization in 1964. On December 1st of the same year, the Executive Committee of the Liberation Organization established specific standards and dimensions for the flag, with the black and green colors interchanging. After the 1967 war, Israel gained control of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and annexed East Jerusalem. They prohibited the display of the Palestinian flag in the occupied territory. This prohibition was part of a broader set of measures implemented by the Israeli authorities. Restricting the display of the flag was seen as a means of asserting control, suppressing nationalist sentiments, and attempting to consolidate authority over the newly acquired territories. It was additionally a measure to influence the symbols associated with the occupied areas, aligning them with Israeli control rather than Palestinian identity. The ban ended after the signing of the Oslo Peace Accords in 1993, but banned again within public spaces from January 2023. During the period where it was first banned, Palestinians saw a need to create a substitute. Given that the watermelon is one of the most iconic fruits to represent Palestine as it is grown from Jenin to Gaza, and it shares the colors of the Palestinian flag, red, green, white, and black, it was used to protest Israel's attempted suppression of identity. It gained popularity as a symbol of resistance, finding representation in art, clothing, graffiti, and posters. It also became widespread as an emoji on posts or messages relating to Palestine. In addition to watermelons, there are also other fruits that are symbolic of Palestine. In 1948, when the creation of Israel led to the expulsion of more than 750,000 Palestinians, Jaffa oranges were an important export for Palestinian farmers and businessmen. These oranges originated in the 19th century and became well known due to their sweetness. Due to their thick and easy-to-peel skin, they were well suited for shipping. Palestinian novelist and journalist Ghassan Kanafani used oranges to symbolize loss in his 1958 short story called The Land of Sad Oranges. The story speaks of the narrator and his friend, both young boys, observing their family on the eve of the Nakba. It was called as such by Palestinians due to the violent displacement and dispossession which they faced. According to the story, the families packed what they were able to and were forced to abandon the well-tended orange trees that they had bought one by one. Given that these trees were carefully nurtured over a long period of time, there is a sense of strong loss invoked in the story. Additionally, a strong connection between Palestinian farmers and the land is also conveyed as they were forced to forsake these oranges under the threat of violence. Within the story, the last contact the narrator has with Palestine before entering Lebanon is a peasant selling oranges along the road. As his family weeps, he picks up a few oranges and brings them into Lebanon, a memento to all the oranges that had been surrendered to those that occupied their lands. Kanafani's story ends after the narrator witnesses his friend's father having a mental breakdown. Next to the crying, shivering man, the narrator sees at the same time a black revolver and beside it an orange. The orange is dried up and shriveled. In the story, the revolver is emblematic of mortality and is linked to the withered orange through the observer's gaze. Within this moment, the narrator comprehends the profound magnitude of the Palestinian people's deprivation. Like the orange trees in Kanafani's story, olive trees represent Palestinians' deep-rooted connection with their land. Across Palestine, one may encounter olive trees. Olive oil is a staple in Palestinian cuisine and an essential part of their heritage. The cultivation and harvesting of olives are long-standing traditions that contribute to the cultural identity of the Palestinian people. The resilience of olive trees are said to mirror the resilience of the Palestinian population in the face of challenges and conflicts. For despite periods of adversity, these trees persist and continue to bear fruit. Palestinian olive trees have come under regular attack by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank. According to one estimation, 800,000 of these trees have been uprooted by Israeli authorities and settlers since 1967. The UN states that more than 5,000 olive trees belonging to West Bank Palestinians were vandalized in the first 5 months of 2023. October and November hold special significance for Palestinians. They consider the harvest a national occasion which celebrates their relationship and connection with the land. Farmers pick olives with their extended families and friends. Folk songs are sung, and meals are cooked and eaten under the trees. In previous years, settlers have attacked Palestinians during the olive harvest. On the 12th of October 2021, it was reported that settlers uprooted 900 olive and apricot saplings and stole olive crops in the village of Sebastia, north of Nablus. Like olives, eggplants are also part of Palestinian cuisine. They are part of many Palestinian dishes. In his photo novel titled After the Last Sky, Edward Said dedicated a section to eggplants. Not just any eggplants within Palestine, but specifically those originating from Batir. Batir is a village in the West Bank and was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is renowned for its eggplants and is home to a recurring eggplant festival. He used to recount of how his family was attached to eggplants from this area, to the extent that they were the benchmark for all other eggplants. For Said, eggplants were a means to forge a connection with Palestine despite him residing in the United States. Despite adversities, Palestinians have clung to such symbols, using them to resist and express their collective identity. In the face of such challenges, the enduring presence of these symbols signals a hopeful continuation of the Palestinian story.